Hi, this presentation is titled From Pantry to Plate, brought to you by UIC College of Nursing students. My name is Leanna, and my group members are Nada, Waliet, Monica, and Jocelyn. This is a project for our Nurse 361 Community Health course. The learning objectives for this project are, number one, after viewing the video recording, students will be able to describe the reason why different foods are labeled with either a green, yellow, or red sticker. This is also known as the swap system. In addition to this, they will be able to provide one food example for each of the three color categories. Number two, following the video recording, students will be able to accurately select 4 non-meat protein-rich foods out of the 7 food options in a post-survey. Number three, after the video recording, students will be able to verbalize 2 out of the 4 resources that the UIC Wellness Center has to offer to all students. Viewers will also be able to name at least 2 reasons as to why these resources provided by the Wellness Center are impactful.
Please take a moment to scan this QR code to take a short survey we would like you to complete prior to our presentation, just so we can get a basis of your health literacy level and see how effective our presentation is. It will require you to sign in via your @uic.edu account. Please pause the video here while you take the survey.
Here are some statistics on America's average health. So how much sugar does an average person consume? 47% of all added sugars are from beverages, and within the 47%, 25% comes from soft drinks or sodas, 11% are from fruit drinks or juice, 3% is from sports or energy drinks, while 7% comes from coffee and tea. Now, how does eating healthy and nutritious food affect us? Serotonin and dopamine are 2 of the hormones produced by our body, and they are also known as our feel-good hormones. The more serotonin and dopamine that we have, the more mood boosters we have in our system. 95% of serotonin in the body is produced in the GI tract or our digestive system. And eating nutritionally dense food promotes growth of good bacteria, which means more serotonin and dopamine will be produced. In addition, in 2021, 38.4 million Americans, or 11.6% of the population, had diabetes. And in the same year, 97.6 million Americans aged 18 and above had prediabetes.
What are some essential nutrients that are needed in your day-to-day diet? According to Harvard Health, the 4 essential nutrients of a diet should include calcium, potassium, dietary fiber, and vitamin D. The daily recommended intake for calcium is 1,000 to 1,200 milligrams. Some foods that can make up that amount include 8 ounces of plain non-fat yogurt, 1 cup of low-fat or soy milk, 1 cup of cooked spinach, and half a cup of tofu. As for potassium, your daily intake should range around 4,700 milligrams or less if you are a person with impaired kidney function. Some foods that can make up your daily potassium intake include 1 cup of cooked lima beans, 1 medium baked potato with skin, 1 cup of cooked acorn squash, 1 medium banana, and 3 ounces of skipjack tuna. As for dietary fiber, it's encouraged to have 28 grams per day. Some foods that can contribute to your dietary fiber intake include 1 cup of shredded wheat cereal, 3 cups of popcorn, half a cup of navy or white cooked beans, as well as 1 cup of berries such as raspberries, blackberries, or blueberries. Finally, for vitamin D, it's encouraged to take 600 to 800 of international units per day. And some foods that can contribute to that intake are 3 ounces of salmon, 3 ounces of canned light tuna, 1 cup of unsweetened soy milk, 1 cup of 1% milk, 8 ounces of non-fat plain yogurt, or 1 cup of 100% fortified orange juice. My Plate is the current nutritional guide issued by the Center for Nutritional Policy and Promotion under the United States Department for Agriculture. This guide offers dietary recommendations that align with the Dietary Guidelines for Americans, which consists of daily intake of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, protein, and dairy. It's important to consider that portion size recommendations will vary by age and gender. Additionally, My Plate replaced the food guide pyramid in 2011. On this slide, we have different examples of foods that can fall into either the protein, grains, or healthy fat sector that can be eaten on a daily basis. For example, some foods that are good sources of protein include beans, eggs, lentils, nuts and seeds, peas, peanut butter, and tofu. Some meat-based alternatives can also include chicken, beef, and pork. As for grains, some of those foods would include rice, be it brown or white, oatmeal, bread, pasta, flour, and popcorn. And then some examples of healthy fats can be avocados, walnuts, chia seeds, flax seeds, olive oil, sunflower oil, and olives.
So, what are some foods to stay away from and eat on rare occasions? Foods high in salt, like chips, foods high in added sugars, like cupcakes and ice cream, sugary drinks like Coca-Cola, and processed foods like hamburgers and pizza. You can see in the picture that healthy foods include dairy products, eggs, and fruits and vegetables. This is what a standard food label looks like. We can see the serving size, the servings, the calories. Usually the ingredients list is listed below it. And we could see a lot of other things such as cholesterol and sodium. So when looking at the ingredients list, we want to try to avoid preservatives and highly processed foods. We want to look at the serving size, the allergens to see if you have any allergies, and the nutrition facts.
Food deserts, which are often urban areas in which it's difficult to buy affordable or good quality fresh foods, often experience food insecurity, which is the state of not having access to sufficient food or not having access to food of an adequate quality that is necessary to meet an individual's basic nutritional needs. Below here, we have a quick 1.5-minute YouTube video that briefly explains what food insecurity is and what it looks like.
2 billion people in the world are food insecure. Food insecurity is not knowing if you'll have enough food to eat today, tomorrow, or if you're a farmer, when food from your harvest runs out. The most extreme form of food insecurity is famine. If I'm food secure, I always have enough calories and the right kinds of food to lead a healthy and active life. Floods and drought make farmers vulnerable to losing their source of food or income overnight. Conflict forces people to flee their homes and reduces the amount of food farmers can grow. International trade rules can hurt local farmers and entrepreneurs by putting them out of business and cutting jobs. Most poor farmers don't own the land they farm and risk losing it. When governments don't invest enough in local agriculture, countries produce less food and depend more on imported food. The poor spend up to 80% of their earnings on food, so any rise in food prices means they have to cut back on the number of meals they eat. If you grow up without enough food, your body is weaker and you'll find it harder to escape poverty. Your kids are likely to grow up hungry too. But the world produces more than enough food to feed everyone. The challenge is to make sure everyone can access it.
Moving on to briefly explaining SWAP, this stands for Supporting Wellness at Pantries, is essentially a guide to help identify what foods to include often in your diet versus which ones to only have in moderation. So SWAP includes almost all food categories. It includes grains, proteins, dairies, even desserts, and it strictly focuses on the saturated fats, the sodium, and the added sugars on a nutrition label. So when you look to the picture to the right, if, for example, we wanted to determine what sticker a grain would receive, in order for it to have a green sticker, it would need to have a less than or equal to 2 grams of saturated fat, less than or equal to 230 milligrams of sodium, and less than or equal to 6 grams of added sugar to be placed with a green sticker. Diving a little deeper into SWAP, the goal of SWAP is to essentially educate whoever is using the guide about nutritious eating. So the green sticker would be standing for foods that you should be eating often and consistently. Yellow are foods that you should be having sometimes, and red are those that you're really more so for moderation. So there's just some listed examples here that we have for what foods would be green stickers. So anything that's fresh fruit, whole grains, whole eggs, any kind of plain coffee or tea, so that would be without cream or sugar. Foods that are likely to have yellow stickers would be things like pasta or white rice, not necessarily bad for you, but not something that you want consistently every single day, every meal. And then foods that are red stickers, I think we all would be expecting instant noodles and desserts to be on that list.
Hello, I'm going to be covering SMART goals. So SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So by setting SMART goals, we can ensure that our objectives are clear, trackable, realistic, and aligned with our overall goals. So let's dive in and explore how SMART goals can help us achieve success. So when you're setting SMART goals for nutrition, it's like creating a personal roadmap for your eating habits. Here how you can break it down. So specific, choose a clear, concrete goal. So instead of saying, I'm going to eat healthier, you can say something like, I'll include 2 servings of veggies in my dinner every night. Measurable, track your progress. For the veggie goal, for example, you can use tools like apps, journals, or even a simple calendar to track what you eat and your nutritional milestones. Achievable, be realistic. If you rarely eat veggies, jumping to 2 servings might be a stretch. Start with 1 serving and increase gradually. So another idea can be to blend your veggies into a smoothie or even blend it into pasta sauce. That way you're incorporating eating habits that can lead to a more balanced and energized lifestyle. Relevant, your goal should matter to you. It should align with your other life priorities. So a relevant goal might be choosing whole grains over refined ones. Time bound, you set a deadline that's sensible but also motivating. Perhaps you want to achieve your veggie goal in 1 month. That gives you a clear time frame to work within.
Here are some great ideas for simple recipes to make with USC Food Pantry ingredients. This is a very easy and quick vegetarian recipe that only takes a couple of minutes to make, and it is the black bean burger. Like I said, it is very easy and it is very nutritious. And all you need are black beans, old-fashioned oats, a flour, salsa, and oil. And you could see the cooking instructions to make it. Here are 2 more simple recipes that we've included to make with UIC Food Pantry ingredients. They include spaghetti and garlic bread and chicken and pasta. So you can follow the ingredients and measurements and the cooking instructions to make it for yourself.
Here we wanted to include a slide just to kind of let you know what resources are available to you as a student. So these can all be found on UIC's Wellness Center website, and on the photo to the right, there's also a link directly to that. So aside from the food pantry, there's workshops to help you manage your life outside of school. If you're having any housing trouble, they can provide you with referrals and resources. Find Food is really helpful when you're looking for food resources outside of UIC's food pantry. It'll show you any in the Chicagoland area. SNAP is another nutrition program. And then we have WIC, which is specific to low-income pregnant women or new mothers and their children.
Here are some main takeaways. You can totally make the most out of the UIC food pantry. Take advantage of the food resources available. And don't forget to check out WIC and SNAP for extra support. Explore them. There are tons of simple and cheap recipes perfect for dorm life. It's all about finding those smart, budget-friendly ways to eat well. Okay, now that you've watched our presentation and we bring it to a close, we hope you've gained some valuable insights into how the food pantry serves as an important resource for students. And remember, it's more than just food, it's about fueling success and health on campus. And we're really excited to see the difference it can make. And if you have any thoughts or questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to the Wellness Center.
Please pause the video now to take a quick moment to do the post survey. You should use the same email that you did for the pre-survey, and it will ask you the same questions with 1 or 2 additional as well. This is just to gauge if our audience gained an understanding about healthy nutrition and to see how effective our presentation was overall. Now that you've watched our presentation and completed the post survey, let's go over the answer key. What does the green sticker in the swap system represent? The answer is foods to eat often. Which food item is likely to have a red sticker? The answer is ramen noodles. Which sticker would you expect to find on a package of a whole wheat pasta? The answer is green. Which food item is more likely to have a green sticker? The answer is fresh fruit. Which of the following are non-meat sources of protein? The answers are lentils, peas, eggs, and chickpeas. What services does the UIC Wellness Center provide to support students facing food insecurity? And the answer is Food Pantry. Thank you for your time, and we hope you found this presentation informative and useful. If you have any questions, feel free to contact the UIC Food Pantry and Wellness Center. They're located at 750 South Halsted Street, Suite 238, MC 892. Their phone number is 312-413-2120, and their email is wellnesscenter@uic.edu.